Hello, welcome to another video. In this video, we are going to be doing some live system monitor dashboard. And again, we are going to be using the 3-tier strategy where we use the Pro High for the cross-platform system logic, the Pro Low for the server implementation, and Flash for the visual verification, right? So that way we can save some tokens on the Pro High and the Pro Low, so we can, spread it around so we don't use everything on the Pro High. We are going to keep doing this 3-tier strategy, right, to save more tokens, because on the next section, when we go to the medium labs, we are going to be running a lot more prompts, and I want to be saving my tokens better, and we are going to be following this 3-tier strategy. So it's just something for you to, to get used to it, because we are going to be doing it on the next section. And like I said, we are going to be building this live system monitor dashboard, and we are going to be using first Pro High, 3.1, Gemini Pro 3.1 High, which is going to be our lead architect, right? And the goal is a script that gathers CPU and memory usage and serves it as a live HTML dashboard. And usually this will require heavy monitoring agents, but we are doing it with 0 dependencies and a strict 100-line limit. And by leveraging the Pro High, we ensure the agent finds the correct native commands for your specific OS without, falling into the dependency trap of the PS util. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and implement or add our first prompt. And like I said, we are going to be using Gemini 3.1 Pro High, which is a new one, the latest and greatest. So we want to, over here is our command. So we want to plan a dash.py, a web dashboard on port 8000 that displays the current CPU and memory usage. Constraints: under 100 lines of code, standard libraries only, use http.server and suppress OS, no PS util or Flask. Provide the implementation plan first, right? So for this one, our lead architect, the Gemini 3.1 Pro High, is going to be leading this for the implementation. So let's go ahead and run this guy over here. And yeah, let's just let Gemini cook over here for a second, right? And then after we look at the implementation plan, we are going to bring in the Gemini Pro Low, again, or senior developer for the implementation. And I'm being very specific about the native requirement, and I want to see you using the sub process to hit the OS directly rather than importing a 50 megabit library or megabytes library by catching this in the plan with Pro High. We have already ensured our code remains 100% portable and 100% quota safe. And when this shows up here with the plan, I'm going to be reviewing it to ensure that it is clean, and the native strike that includes the HTML template directly in the script as well. So here we go. So yeah, we have our task: plan the dashboard script, create the detailed implementation plan, request user review, implement the dashboard. It's going to verify the script. It's going to create a walkthrough. It's going to use curl or the browser tool. Great. All right. So here is create a lightweight web dashboard that runs on port 8000. Great. CPU memory, the script, process changes. Here's what it's going to do: import the http.server, just like I told it to. Socket server, subprocess, and RE. Great. CPU monitoring, get underscore CPU. Great. Monitoring, get mem. Yes. Great. Here's the verification plan. This is to verify that the code is going to be under 100 lines of code. Okay, I just saw import Flask. I was like, no, I told you not to import Flask or import PS util statements exist. So yeah, we are, it's ensuring that no Flask, right? So it's going to start as a background process. Great. All right. So this is great. So now we are going to move to our senior developer. We are going to be using Gemini 3.1 Pro Low, and we are going to proceed now, right? So our lead architect has presented the plan and everything that is needed and the task. So now we are going to hand it over to our senior developer, which is Gemini 3.1 Pro Low, right? So now we are saving some quota and we are saving some tokens on our Gemini 3.1 High, right? Great. So that's it's a great way to save your tokens, right? Just spread it around, and if you have to do something quick, something fast, something easy, you just give it to Flash, and Flash should be able to do that. Okay, so we have the dash over here, which is great, and let's go ahead and take a look at this. Look at that, port 8000, just like I told it to. Here's where it's going to be running the, okay, so it's doing some errors here. Yeah, it's going to cache if there's any errors. That is great. I like that tab for lining that. Oh, split it. Okay, new line. Running free to get memory usage. Great. So here's the function to get the memory. This one is the function to get the CPU. We are going to use a simple HTTP request handler. Great. The content. So everything here is the HTML inside the same. We have the CSS in here too. System dashboard. That's what it's going to say. And now it's going to pull the CPU. It's going to put the memory in here. Great. This looks good. So I'm going to accept the changes here. And after we do that, or before we start, just running commands, we are going to go ahead and just let Flash to run this simple command lines, right? Just to verify the output. So and then it's going to create the walkthrough for us. So let's go ahead and let Gemini 3 Flash run mad. We can see 85 lines of code, right? LOCs, great. So now it's curling, kill PID. Okay, so it's getting the PID. Okay, got you. Let's see what it's doing there. Let's go ahead and run it. So it's going to run it. It's going to get the PID and then it's going to kill it. It has been terminated. And here it is. How great. So now after that is done, it looks like it is fixing the string interpolation bugs and re-verifying. Okay, great. Okay, so now it's trying to do the command again. Let's go ahead and run it. See what the output is. Documenting the successful execution. Great. Okay. Creating the walkthrough, which is also great. So we are listening on port 8000, I think it is. So we have some, testing the verification, doing all of that. So what else is it trying to do? Oh, the changes. Yeah, let's go ahead and accept that. Great. Yeah, so it's using port 8000. So now we are going to tell it to use the browser agent to visit port 8000. And I wanted to take a screenshot of the dashboard. Okay. And for this, we are going to be and take a screenshot. Oh, I'm going to say take a screenshot to and take. So let's see, because we need to run Python, right? So we are going to tell it. No, we are going to tell it in here. Run dash.py, right? use the browser agent to visit localhost at port 8000, take a screenshot, and kill dash.py, right? Because we want to run it just like it did before. Oh, it's look like it's gone in here. So yeah, we want to run the dash, use the browser agent to visit, take a screenshot of the dashboard, add screenshots to walkthrough, kill PID. So yeah, I want to run the dashboard, use the browser agent to visit this location, take a screenshot of the dashboard, add the screenshot to the walkthrough, and kill the PID. All right. So let's see how Gemini 3 Flash does this. And yeah, let's go ahead and wait for it and see how this looks, because I have not seen it. I don't know how it looks. So when it opens now the browser, I'm going to be able to see how this dash.py actually looks. Look at that. It actually looks kind of cool. That looks like a really cool design. CPU usage 91.8%. Looks like I need some more CPU in here. I need a new CPU. Look how it looks. Look at the interactive. Look at that. Memory 34%, which is not bad. Not too shabby. So great. Let's go ahead and close this. Let's go ahead and run that to kill the PID, terminate it so it doesn't just keep running, right? Now we're waiting for command completion up to 5 seconds. Flash, come on, you can be faster than that. There you go. Here's the example of the CPU usage 27%. So this is an example, but this is the actual dashboard UI. Below is a live look of the dashboard as captured during verification. That looks great. I think that was a really good job. So yeah, how is this a quota free logic that we use this? Again, always using the native over reliance. So we are leveraging the AI's core knowledge of http.server, right? AI knows a lot about http.server and the sub process. And this one basically what it did when we're using those native libraries, it creates a high precision results with minimal reasoning tokens. This is great. We use some visual termination. So using the browser's agent to see the dashboard replaces a lone text-based status reports, ending the thread early and saving output tokens, which it actually did it, which is okay. And then we use the multi-skill synthesis. So this lab combined several standard libraries patterns and proving that the AI is most efficient when we're using established surgical patterns, right? Because we keep using standard libraries. We keep telling the AI to use standard libraries, and now it's really good at using standard libraries. Then going to a library that it hasn't used before, and then it has to read everything and try to implement something new, right? And yeah, and this is it for this video. I really liked this one because the dashboard looks really cool. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one. Adios.